Coming up on World's Greenest Homes. In Houston, a greenhouse with its own personality.
What we really wanted was people to walk into this house and smile.
And in Montana, a house that rocks.
All the stone come from right above us on the cliff. There was a big rock slide that blocked the highway about 10 years ago.
I'm Emmanuel Beliveau. Come with me on World's Greenest Homes and see the most extraordinary homes on the planet. Homes that are gorgeous, cool, and green. Our first home is a real Texas trailblazer. It's the first home in Houston to receive the prestigious LEED Award for leadership in energy and environmental design.
Welcome to Houston, Texas. We're an oil country. Energy means big business. Now, our next homeowner wanted to show everyone that there are big benefits to your wallet in going green.
The lucky family who live here are lawyer David Ron and his wife Ann, along with their 3 daughters, Gabrielle, Natanya, and Ahava.
When people walk in this house, a lot of people will walk in and go, "Not for me."
It's just a very unique house. When you drive up to it, you sort of go, wow.
This award-winning energy-saving home is one of a kind. On the ground floor, the entrance hallway links the media room, the enormous kitchen, and the living room. Upstairs, there are 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. And a fun way to avoid taking the stairs.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good to
nice
see you.
to see
Come on
you.
in.
Thank you so much for having us here. Wow, your house really stands out in this neighborhood, by the way.
Thanks.
This is a mannequin?
That it is. The girls change the wigs, change the clothes, depending on the holidays, how they feel.
Yeah? You have a lot of kids in the house?
4, including me.
That's great. What makes this house green?
Well, it's LEED certified. We're actually gold certified, just got that certification a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
And so there are all kinds of things that go into that, whether it be energy efficiency, where you get your materials, how you build it.
Yeah.
These Art Deco, candy-colored doors lead from the entrance hallway to the media room.
Manny, this is my 3 favorite rooms.
It's only one room.
True, but from a green perspective, trying to minimize the space as much as possible. Practice space for my band, a recording studio. Second piece is a home theater, and the third piece is really our dining room. We have our big family events in here. We had this track put in so we can move the TV into the middle of the room when it's time to watch television, or
Very
move
techy. I like
it
it.
out of the way when we need to record.
And there's a surprise behind those walls.
All around the room, behind this covering, you've got 2-inch thick of recycled denim.
Your daughter's denim?
No, that didn't steal any of their jeans.
The ground-up denim is from a company that specializes in insulating recording studios. It costs about the same as fiberglass, yet takes up a third of the space and doesn't give off chemical gases.
You can tell when you walk in, it really deadens the sound.
But David didn't stop at recycled jeans for insulation.
And then you've got the envelope. The entire outside of the house is built with insulated concrete forms.
Okay, right. So to achieve a gold standard, you have to apply some of these things, right?
Right, exactly. And ICF is foam on the outside. You pour
Right.
the concrete with the rebar in the middle, and you end up with 10 inches of wall. So you're basically building a cave. So you end up with an R40.
R40?
Yeah, which
That's
is great,
huge.
which makes a big difference.
R value is a measure of how well a material resists the passage of heat. The higher, the better. In a climate like Houston, R values of 10 to 15 are standard.
The great thing with this construction, though, is that not only do you get the insulation, the sound deadening, but you get structural integrity, too, because you are working with concrete.
Exactly. And for Houston, Texas, hurricanes are concerned, so other than maybe some windows blowing out, this house isn't going anywhere.
Next door, you could say David and Ann have gone for a family-sized kitchen dining room.
What makes this place so energy efficient?
Really worked hard to find the right Energy Star appliances.
What kind of cost savings do you get in your home?
If you compared this house to a same-size bricks and sticks home, that home would cost maybe $800 to $1,000 a month in peak summer here in Houston, air conditioning, which is the real issue. We maxed out at $275.
You're talking 4,000 square feet, $275 a month.
Correct, that was the highest.
And that's the highest.
Right, so I'd say average for the year, including gas and electricity, is somewhere in the $225 to $250 range.
So that's a savings of $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 a year.
It makes a huge, that's the reason we built this home.
Wow.
So, besides having some fun.
And I look at these green countertops and I think, yes, this is you. This is you having fun.
Green, of course, right? So we got green, and you've got to add some color, one, to be fun.
The hallway along the back of the house leads to the light-filled living room with its Art Deco chairs and gorgeous lacquered sidebar. Upstairs, the kids follow in Dad's colorful footsteps. They wanted to design their own bedrooms, and each girl had her own special request. For the oldest, Gabrielle, it was all about having bunk beds. Her younger sister, Natanya, got herself a very cool loft. And Ahava got her very own bathroom. Not bad for a 3-year-old. David and Anne's bedroom is right across the hall. And they've really gone to town with the master bathroom. His and her sinks in chrome and frosted glass, a shower, a walk-in closet, and finally, this funky jacuzzi. Along with foam mold walls to insulate the house, David has another trick up his sleeve to save on those energy bills.
This house is as different as its owner. Whether it's the design decisions, the colors, everything comes together to reflect who David is as a person. And it's a really cool the way he's put everything together. But the energy efficiency of this home and the secret of it is hidden up here. What's special about this attic, it's different from any other attic, is that it's a sealed attic.
Traditionally, attics were built with no insulation, so the temperature inside here can get upwards of 150 degrees.
With this attic being sealed off, the temperature in here stays the same temperature as the rest of the house. So basically, it's air conditioned in here. What that allows for, your HVAC system doesn't suffer. So when you have air traveling through these tubes, it doesn't get affected by warmer attic space. One of the cool aspects that's up here is this. This is actually a solar tube. And what this does, it takes sunlight from outside, travels down this bending tube, this pipe, and goes into his daughter's bedroom, right above her bed, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, a fun little feature is a solar tube. It provides natural light into the bedroom.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's nice because it provides not only the natural light, but you don't have to turn on the lights during the day, and it gives a nice glow to the room.
Solar panels on the roof provide all the home's hot water and a third of its electricity. But Houston's not hot and sunny all the time.
You might notice there are no gutters on the house. Didn't want to have to clean them. So the water comes off of the roof into these rain gardens. We got one in the back, one in the front.
These sloping planters are designed to help water flow away from the house. It also means surplus water can be absorbed on site and not flood the storm drains.
Usually we get a lot of rain, and the byproduct of that is very large mosquitoes and hungry mosquitoes. So you might notice these nozzles up here. That's a mosquito control system that sprays out a chrysanthemum extract, which is biodegradable.
No way.
Yes, so it's good. We're able to take back the backyard. I didn't have to worry about the girls running outside and coming back with red welts all over themselves.
With the nasty skeeters out of the way, the family, led by the biggest kid of the bunch, get to really enjoy all that outside space.
Being green does not necessarily mean you can't be fun.
It was not without its bumps, but any big project is going to have problems.
I think a lot of people get the impression that there's only certain ways that you can do green architecture, green building, and that's not true. You can literally do anything you want.
When building a house, one of the most environmentally smart things you can do is take advantage of the Earth's thermal benefits. That's what our next homeowners did. They built their house into the side of a cliff. It blends in so well with the land, it's difficult to tell where the house ends and the hill begins.
In the Rocky Mountains, just south of the Canadian border, our next property overlooks Flathead Lake, a beautiful glacial lake and acres of rugged, remote woodland abundant with native plants and wildlife. This is Rollins, Montana, just south of Glacier National Park and 100 miles north of Missoula. Taking its cue from nature, this home is embedded in the side of a steep slope to take advantage of the Earth's natural ability to insulate. A living roof acts as camouflage and helps to regulate interior temperatures. The homeowners designed and built the house themselves using local salvage material, everything from the boulders to the wood. Building contractor and stonemason James Boyes lives here with Mary Laud, a painter, carver, and sculptor. They combine their talents to design and build what they refer to as Happy House.
Our design philosophy basically was to feel good in this home.
Everybody that comes here feels comfortable and at ease right away.
Inside, there's one large open-concept great room with a breakfast nook, a full-on kitchen, a dining area, and a relaxing lounge. Beyond the lounge, there's a master bedroom with an adjoining master bathroom. There's also an office, a laundry room, and a half bathroom. Altogether, it's 2,400 square feet of Mary and James' personal style.
Find our place. We tell people to look for Mary and James. When they come around the corner, they see our personalities. They realize he's into the stone, and they can see all the bright, chaotic colors that reflect me.
Come on in. Welcome to the Happy House. This is our home. It's one big, huge, happy room. We set it up with our kitchen and area over in this side so we can actually enjoy everybody in the home plus the outdoors at the same shot.
The cabinets, instead of buying the ones that you'd find in the normal places, we actually got a hold of the Amish who build beautiful woodwork. We had these brought in unfinished. I had a great time beating them up and antiquing them.
In choosing our appliances, we chose propane because we're not close to natural gas, but it's great for cooking. And we picked out the Energy Star appliances.
And a lot of the tile in here, those are travertine. And a lot of those were leftovers that we saved from other jobs that would have normally went into the garbage. And also the mosaic over at the front entry is all done with broken chunks of tile saved from other jobs. And the lights, they are from Habitat for Humanity. Our company trades off. We take in the parts that we don't use, and we obviously buy a lot of our own for that. It keeps costs down, puts reuse in, and we actually find some great items that fit in perfectly.
And then you even little detail things you can add after the fact. We moved in and thought, there's some other little things we could do. So we had all these little scrap pieces. We played with it a little bit, added another piece of steel band, added some fun little things to the mix as we go. The cabinets, the Amish were great with that because they were able to do whatever we wanted, and we designed what we have here. The dishwasher, especially since I'm the one that does the dishes, I want that dishwasher up at a more comfortable height. So they did. They just had no question, would just do it. And it worked out really great. So now I don't have to bend over, just really comfortable. Made things easy for yourself when we were doing it. So kind of encourage everybody, what's going to feel like when you're doing it.
And what saves time and even movements.
This home is full of decorative, personal touches, like this unusual way of hiding imperfections in reclaimed wood.
And a lot of people don't see these right away. I carve them out, and then I look for what I see in the space. And so we got squirrels, because you'd see those in the trees. Of course, there's the owls up here looking down. On the other side of the bar, there is a robin in a nest in this one, and a little owl who peeks out of this one. Those are what I did to relax when we were down here on the job site.
Now it's on to the living room, where there are no straight walls. James used his skills as a stonemason to give the appearance of ancient ruins.
All the stone come from right above us on the cliff. There was a big rock slide that blocked the highway about 10 years ago. The curve of this wall actually came because when we were excavated, there was a huge piece of rock back there. And rather than drilling and blasting or
We
jackhammering,
jackhammered for about a week trying to get what we do have. Now, the walls are done with a plaster, which is a cement-based plaster. Over the walls, to get the really soft effect, what I've done is used a low VOC clear coat, and with that I mix in a powdered yellow ochre natural pigment. I do this with the water-based because it's easy cleanup, less hassles. What I do with that is I put it on, I wipe it off, and then I come back in with a little bit of sandpaper, which picks up the trowel marks, which is what makes it look really soft. It softens the room with the stonework. This is such a soft thing, and it's to look older. I like the older look, so it's an antiqued out look. And the color tones all came when off of the stone. I do sample plates to find color tones that will come off and pull everything together.
All the floors are radiantly heated, and a double-sided fireplace runs on propane. The giant hearthstone found on the property weighs in at 6,000 pounds. It retains heat from the fireplace, which helps to warm the house. And the mantelpiece is truly one of a kind.
it's actually just a broken piece of dead tree. It was laying alongside the road, and we thought, gosh, you know what, why have a conventional? Let's do something. And that was really cool looking at, it would fit, so there it is. The glass we have is a low E glass, 1 inch thick overall on this one.
Low E stands for low emissivity. That's a measure of how much a glass surface transfers heat. The less, the better.
And with the windows only being on the eastern side, it's what collects the light for us. But without windows on the west, we don't get all the burning heat.
In the ceiling, they've come up with a clever way to improve acoustics in a room with so many hard surfaces.
Actually, you're looking at exposed beams, which is the structure of the building, and then in between those is actually a canvas.
It's a painter's canvas, which is just a washed cotton.
Once it's up, it's a finished ceiling. There's no painting, there's no taping, it's done.
And at some point in time, if I get tired of looking at it, I can paint murals all over the ceiling.
We've just seen the great room, which has the kitchen, dining, and living rooms. Now it's on to the master suite.
Come on in, welcome to the bedroom.
The bedroom.
One big room, all open, no doors, of course, so it makes it really open. We've incorporated our bath area.
A big soaking tub that's comfortable for 2 people. Bottle of wine, candlelight, of course.
Water trickles over a flat stone into the tub, keeping the indoor-outdoor theme alive in the bedroom.
And the fireplace, man's got to have the fire going. So this must be the caveman thing too. So
We really enjoy this room. We've got a lovely view out. It's an extremely comfortable room for us.
welcome to our bathroom. It's a little rustic, as you can see at the sink. Basically, it was just a large stone that was going to be a planter.
I wanted stone planters for the house. At one time, I was going to place them in front of the windows out here. Next thing I know, we're looking for the sink, and we're not finding anything we like, and we do have the window already set in here, and we're thinking we need a nice big sink or 2 smaller ones. Next thing I know, we have a forklift in here. Here's your sink, honey.
And our plumber really loves the plug system. It's basically a steel ball that just has different plant lives at various levels in the pond. It keeps it all aerated, and they go through the winter. The first year we didn't have our pumps running. I put a little water tank heater out in here, kept a nice hole thawed in the ice, and first time I looked out the window and it was starting to freeze over, here's all the fish around this thing like they're standing around the campfire, keeping warm. It was hilarious. Come out and feed them and get a giggle out of them.
With such a narrow and steep slice of property, Mary and James were determined to make the outdoor space as important as the indoors. This is Mary's favorite spot.
There's close to 7,000 to 8,000 flowers in here. There are massive native plants. We have a lot of native grasses. Very low maintenance with the gardens, with the flowers. I've always gardened with the organics and the natural ways. I learned those from my grandmother, who was very fussy about what went into the environment.
And the garden continues on the roof. A very, very green roof.
We have a great view up here, privacy too, and lots of gorgeous colors.
And the real initial reason that the roof is like this is I wanted the extra living space. I wanted some more space that was really enjoyable and to be able to enjoy the view across the lake.
One of the reasons of the green roof is it helps keep the house itself cool. We don't have an air conditioner, don't need one. Basically our roof system is, as you see from inside, is the large beams. And then in between the beams, as you'll notice once you get inside, is canvas. On top of that is our sheeting, our insulation package, and then our EPDM membrane, which is basically a large inner tube that wraps the whole roof and down the back walls of the house to waterproof it. So on top of our membrane is just another layer of some insulation board to protect the membrane from foot traffic, animals, deer that jump on it. And then our lightweight ballast, which is decoration and stuff that Mary's added to the whole picture and everybody sees. And it's not very thick, it's just very minimal, so it's lightweight, so we haven't added hardly any weight to this roof structure. But
Old hollowed out log to hide it.
it does have a nice effect in the wintertime, because when there's some of the moisture coming out of here, it looks like it's on fire, so that's kind of fun. Here we are headed to the fire pit. This is actually a recycled crusher cone where they make gravel. And when it gets worn out, they head them off to the steel yards and we recycle it and turn it into a fire pit.
In the evenings, the lake is just beautiful. You can see the lights all the way across.
James and Mary used their imagination and creativity to build the home they call Happy House. And they couldn't be happier with the way it turned out, disturbing the beautiful, natural setting as little as possible.
When we've been having bad days, we walk in, we relax, and you go right back into your happy mood.
Our vacation is coming home. So other people go to the lake, we come home.